A warm good morning everyone present over here. Dear students, today I'm here to explain you grade 5th standard social studies. The chapter name is United Nations Organization. Dear students, this is one of the most important and interesting chapters. Okay, this chapter will deal with the history of Second World War. After the Second World War is what happened, and this module will help you to learn what is the purpose of introducing this organization, and what are the aims of United Nations Organization. The abbreviation of UNO is United Nations Organization, right? Yes, as you all know that this module will help you to learn the principles organs of the UNO, which are the major organs of the UNO, and also this module will help you to learn the agencies of the UNO, which are the most important agencies of the UNO. Before entering into the this chapter, I would like to tell you a story. Dear students, the world has seen two very big wars: the First World War and Second World War. Dear students, do you know the First World War was happened between 1914 to 1918? Okay, after the First World War, an organization came into existence in the world to promote peace and security among the members nation, that is League of Nations, right? What is that? Like United Nations Organization. Soon after the First World War, one organization came into existence to promote a peace and security among the members nation, that is called as League of Nations. Okay, unfortunately, the purpose and ideas and functions of League of Nations got failed. So the Second World War happened between 1939 to 1944, right? The 4 years the Second World War went on, right? After the Second World War, an organization came into existence only to promote peace and security. Only to promote peace and security. It is none other than, United Nations Organization, right? Dear students, I just tell you a tale story about the Second World War. Okay, let us see the flip side of the story of the Second World War, right? In the Second World War, the Japan completely destroyed by the America. America bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki. In the Second World War. Do you know, children? The bomb name is a little boy. The nuclear bomb name is what? A little boy. Okay, which was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. In Japan. Okay, especially Germany and Japan. They had some ambitious to rule entire world. Right? That is why. You could ask me, sir, why unnecessarily America dropped a bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan? Japan, what did it do? No, Japan destroyed Pearl Harbor in America, right? In America, Pearl Harbor is a place where a store of weapons of America. All the weapons and all the ammunitions and all the explosives stored, the military center of America. The Japan targeted that military center and tried to destroy that country, the Pearl Harbor city. But at that time, America, it didn't interfere in the Second World War. The moment Japan dropped a bomb on Pearl Harbor, America strongly decided to attack Japan. Unfortunately, Japan completely destroyed. Okay, after bombing in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay, here this module will help you to learn what are the major aims of this United Nations Organization and what are the achievements. Okay, which are the wars have been stopped by this United Nations Organization. The United Nations Organization, this is one of the greatest peaceful organization, right? The internal cooperation. It came into existence to promote peace and security, right? Yes, the earliest, okay, is at the time of framing United Nations organization, there were only 51 countries. Only 51 countries enrolled their membership in United Nations organization, right? When it was founded, right? Now, today, there are 200 countries in the world. How many countries in the world? 200 countries in the world. Now, here is a small animation. Okay, I'm going to play you all. Yes, to make you to understand. Are you all ready? Yes, here we go.
History. After World War I, the nations of the world formed the League of Nations. It was a place where nations could talk on their differences peacefully. But some countries like Germany, Italy, and Japan ignored the League and tried to solve disputes through war. As a result, the League failed and the World War II began. During World War II, the Allied powers often called themselves United Nations, united against the Axis powers. After the war, the winners formed the new Organization for World Peace. On 25th April 1945, in San Francisco, they decided on the name United Nations. The
Yes,
United
dear students, I've already explained you. Soon after the First World War, League of Nations came into existence. Yes, the League of Nations worked against the aligned power, right? When it worked against the aligned power, okay, yes, the League of Nations got failure. Especially the failure of League of Nations was, yes, America didn't get any membership in the League of Nations. That was first, yes, and foremost reason of this. And secondly, yes, the second word was started, okay, after failure of, yes, the League of Nations, right? Yes, here it goes. Yes. Take once again here the history of.
After World War I, the nations of the world formed the League of Nations. It was a place where nations could talk on their differences peacefully. But some countries like Germany, Italy, and Japan ignored the League and tried to solve disputes through war. As a result, the League failed and the World War II began. During World War II, the Allied powers often called themselves United Nations, united against the Axis powers. After the war, the winners formed the new Organization for World Peace. On 25th April 1945, in San Francisco, they decided on the name United Nations. The United Nations was created on 24th October 1945 and its first meeting was held on 10th January 1946. Since 1947, the 24th October has been called United Nations Day. Headquarters of UN. The headquarters of the United Nations is a complex in New York City. The complex has served as the official headquarters of the United Nations since 1952. It is located in the Turtle Bay neighborhood of Manhattan.
Yes, dear students, you have watched a video about the background of, yes, the United Nations organization. The United Nations organization came into existence, okay, yes, on 24th October, yes, in 1945. As you already learned, yes, at earliest stage, yes, there were only 51 members got enrolled their membership in the United Nations organization, right? Yes, as you know that during the Second World War, the Allied powers of often called themselves United Nations Organization. The United Nations Organization came into existence to promote peace and security on 25th April 1945. Yes, especially which was introduced at the place of San Francisco in America. Okay, yes, here are the founding fathers of United Nations organization. They decided on the name United Nations Organization, actually, which is not mentioned in the textbook. Who are the founding fathers of the, yes, United Nations Organization, right? Yes, the first one is here, yes, the American, yes, president, okay, yes, UK president, right? And the Russia's president, yes, they started, yes, framing this United Nations organization, right? The United Nations organization was created on 24th October 1945. Okay, make it underline. Yes, this is a key point of this chapter, right? Yes, when it was introduced. Okay, and when it was introduced, when was the first meeting was held? The first meeting held on, yes, United Nations Day, right? Yes, this is one of the greatest organization which came into existence to promote a peace and security. Now, headquarters of United Nations Organization, okay? Yes, the headquarters of United Nations Organization, which is situated in New York in America. The complex has served as the official headquarters of the United Nations since 1952. Okay, it is located in the Turtle Bay neighborhood of Manhattan. Okay, yes, so this is the earliest location of, yes, United Nations Organization. Now, we have been moving towards the most important, yes, topic, that is called as the aims of United Nations Organization. Well, which is the main aim of United Nations Organization, right? Yes. Why did it come? Why did it introduce, right? Okay, I give you a clue here, dear students. As League of Nations got failure, the Second World War began. It had begun. But remember, if the United Nations Organization got failure like League of Nations, we would have been seeing, yes, definitely the Third World War. Blessedly, yes, we have not been seeing the Third World War because of the great efforts of United Nations Organization. Now, okay, these aims are superb. The aims of the United Nations are superb. That is the reason, okay, yes, which has not been, yes, happened, the Third World War. Now, which are the main aims? The first one is here, to maintain international peace and security. Okay, out of 200 countries in the world today, each and every country should live in peaceful coexistence. No country in the world have some quarrels, right? Yes, so this is the first. It is going to interfere in the disputes of the countries and it tries to solve the problems. For example, for so many years, yes, the issue has been alive between the country of India and Pakistan. Yes, that is Kashmir issue. And Suez Canal issue between UK and Egypt, right? Yes, the United Nations Organization, yes, it has been solved, right? Now, the second one, the second aim of, yes, United Nations Organization, to develop friendly relations among nations. To develop what? A friendly relationship. Okay, for example, if I ask you a question, how do you lead your life with your neighbors? Okay, you will have some friendly relationship with your neighbors. Like that, a country should have a friendly relationship with other countries. Okay, on which basis? On the basis of equality. India should treat every country equal and America should treat every country equal. Okay, that is the main motto of the, yes, United Nations Organization and the principle of self-determination, right? Yes, I would like to give an example for self-determination. Okay, it is none other than India. Okay, yes, I proudly say that after Narendra Modi become Prime Minister of this enormous country, yes, of course, it has been showed that all his visions and ideas and plans have been executed in this world, in this country, and he has been undergone, yes, self-determination. The country must have a what? Self-determination. And the third one, to foster worldwide cooperation in solving economic, social, cultural, and humanitarian problems, right? Any problem related to economic, if there is any economic crisis drop down in the world countries, the United Nations organization will be interfered. And any problem of social, if there is any social status damage, right, among the countries of the world, member countries of the world, okay, yes, the UN will be interfered. The cultural and humanitarian problems, okay, for example, the South Africa got independence in the year of 1994. 1994, right? Yes, when it achieved, yes, 1994, its freedom, right? Before 1994, imagine the life of the South Africa. Do you know, children, that is called as humanitarian. Why have been picked up the word humanitarian? Okay, must have a, yes, humanity. Okay, there is a proverb in Kannada. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆದರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯತ್ವ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ವಾಟ್ ಎ ನೈಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್, ಯು ನೋ. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆದರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯತ್ವ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಹ್ಯುಮ್ಯಾನಿಟಿ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. Am I right? Am I right or not, children? Yes. To promote human rights and fundamental freedom for the people of the world. Okay. Yes. To promote human rights. Which are the human rights? I would like to give an example. Right to live. It's a human right. Right to freedom of speech. This is called as a human right. Right to express your opinions in front of the government. That is a human right. And also fundamental freedom, dear students, right? Yes, the freedom is our fundamental right that has to be experienced by each and every person of this world, for the people of the world. Assuring a human rights and fundamental freedom for all the people of the world countries, this is a major duty of the, yes, United Nations organization, to serve as a center where, say, various nations can coordinate their activities for attainment of the objectives of the UNO, right? These are all 5 important aims of, yes, the United Nations organization. How, dear students? Okay, here is a beautiful video to watch. Are you all ready to watch this beautiful video? Yes, here we go.
Aims of the United Nations. According to its charter, the objectives of the UN are as follows: to maintain international peace and security, to develop friendly relations among nations on the basis of equality and the principle of self-determination, to foster worldwide cooperation in solving economic, social, cultural, and humanitarian problems, to promote human rights and fundamental freedom for the people of the world, to serve as a center where various nations can coordinate their activities for attainment of the objectives of the UN. Working of the United Nations. The UN tries to be peaceful and persuasive, but sometimes when talks do not work, the UN uses force. In the 1950s, the UN helped South Korea in a war with North Korea. In 1990s, it forced Iraqi soldiers out of Kuwait. The UN has peacekeeping forces which are sent to troubled places to restore peace there.
Okay, dear students, have you watched this video? Yes, it's a beautiful one. Okay, these are all great achievements and aims of this United Nations organization. This is not an ordinary organization. This is one of the peaceful coexistence, yes, organization. Now, it's a time to take the another part of the charter, that is called as the principles organs of the United Nations organization. Dear students, if I ask you a question, right, yes, which are the organs of the, yes, human body? If I ask you a question, you will start trace outing many answers, right? Okay, it is in biology, right? Is in biology. Okay, your science teacher will explain which are the most important organs of the, yes, human body, right? Here are some, yes, most important organs of the UNO, like human body. Yes, which are they? Let us see now here. Yes, Namely, the first one is here, the United Nations Organization has set up 6 important principal organs. The first one is here, UN General Assembly. Okay, UN General Assembly, the General Assembly. Second one, the Security Council. Third one, the Secretariat. Fourth one, the Economic and Social Council. Fifth one, yes, the Trusteeship Council. Sixth one, the International Court of Justice. Okay. See, these are all 6 important, the principles organs of the United Nations Organization. Now, dear students, the General Assembly. Yes, we shall study about the first organ of the UN. That is called as General Assembly. Do you know, children, which is not mentioned in the textbook, right? Yes, the General Assembly is known as a permanent body of the UNO. Okay, if there is a question for all of you, right? Which is the permanent body of the UNO? It is none other than, yes, the General Assembly, right? Yes, now we shall learn more about, yes, the General Assembly, dear students, right? It is comprised of all the member states, all the 200 countries in the world today. All the countries have been enrolled their membership in this General Assembly. Am I right? So that is called, that is why, which is called as a permanent body of the UNO. Which is called as permanent body of the UNO. It takes a decision on matters of international peace and security. Okay, it takes a decision on matters of international peace and security. For example, if any country is suffering from, okay, any clashes or any disputes, okay, here is a organ where it deals with the problem of that particular country, and it promotes, this is only the organ where it promotes a peace and security among the members nation. Hence it is called as a permanent body of the UNO. Okay, third one, it takes a decision on matters of international peace and security. Admission to a new member. The another function of the, yes, General Assembly, giving new admission to a new country, that responsibility goes to this General Assembly. Okay, the budget, the expenditure and profit of United Nations Organization will be calculated by the General Assembly, right? The last one is here, the another function of this General Assembly. The General Assembly resolutions are only recommendations. Whatever the resolutions made means what are the functions and the frameworks or plans have been done in the General Assembly will be successfully executed. Okay, this is like a, yes, elder brother. Am I right? The most resolutions are adopted during the month of September to December every year, and most of the decisions will be taken by United Nations Organization. Okay, they mostly promoted, okay, in the month of September to December. This is the month. We are in the month of September. Now, the General Assembly has been planning related, yes, world issues. Those will come into existence. Those will come into existence. We should not forget that, dear students, right? Now, we explain, have you understood, you know? Yes. Now, we shall go to a video now. Should we watch about the General Assembly? Yes, here we go.
Principal organs of the United Nations. The United Nations has set up 6 principal organs, which are the UN General Assembly, the Security Council, the Secretariat, the Economic and Social Council, the Trusteeship Council, the International Court of Justice. UN General Assembly. The General Assembly is the main organ of the United Nations, where debate and discussions take place on various matters. It is comprised of all member states, each of which has one vote. It takes decisions on matters of international peace and security, admission to new member states, and UN budget. General Assembly resolutions are only recommendations. Most resolutions are adopted during the month of September to December every year. The UN General Assembly admitted the Republic of South Sudan as its 193rd member on 14th July 2011.
Yes. He watched, what did I explain? You have been watched his own video. Now, we shall move on to the next organ of the UNO. Which is the next organ of the UNO? That is called as the Security Council. That is called as what? The Security Council. Do you know, children, out of 6 principal organs of the UNO, the Security Council is the most important, yes, organ of the UNO. I am going to stress on it. Right? It is so important, the most important organ of the UNO. Why? Here we go. Dear students, the prime responsibility of the Security Council is to maintain international peace and security. To assure security to all the member countries is the prime duty of the Security Council. This is the first function. The member states are obliged to carry out its decision. All the members of the UNO will be carried out the functions of this Security Council, which are legally binding, right? Peaceful means and force both can be used by it. Okay? Yes, for example, if the UNO wants to establish a peace among the countries of the world, the Security Council will go forward. Yes, the UNO, United Nations Organization, interferes in the disputes of both the countries by using force, that is through, yes, the Security Council. Children, another structure, I'm talking about the structure of the, yes, the Security Council. Okay, it has 15 members. The Security Council has 15 members. What is the total strength of the Security Council? Okay, the total strength of the Security Council is 15 members. Out of 15 members, 5 members are permanent members and 10 members are temporary. But 5 permanent members will be playing a very, very important role in the world countries, dear students. They are playing a very, very important role. How? Okay, before going to take a question, how? Yes, which are those permanent countries in the UNO? They will take major decisions in the world countries. China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom and United States, right, has been the 5 permanent members of the, yes, Security Council. Okay, the rest of the 10, the rotating members. In rest of the 10, India is also one of them. Am I right or not? Yes, the other 10 rotating members are elected by the General Assembly for the term of 2 years. Am I right? Yes. To pass a resolution in the Security Council, 9 out of 15 members of the Council must vote. These 5 permanent, yes, members of the Security Council will have a special power. Which is that special power? The special power is called as veto. Which is called as what? Veto. Veto power. What is meant by veto? Okay, applied by all the 5 permanent members of the UNO. Veto nothing but, yes, a single negative vote. A single negative vote. For example, yes, donation to the, okay, yes, any poor countries in the world. This is the decision taken by all the 5 member countries. But unfortunately, China is not interested to donate some of the amount to a poor country. At the time, the decision will never come into existence. The decision will never come into action. That is called as veto power. At the time, China, if China wants to show his, okay, yes, no answer, not supporting his attitude, at the time it has to apply veto power, a single negative vote, which is called as what? A single negative vote. This is known as a Security Council. Hope you have been understood. The structure of, yes, the United Nations Organization, especially the structure of the Security Council. The structure of the what? Security Council. Right? Now, are you all ready to watch a video? Yes, here we go. Yes, here is a video about Yes, the Security Council. Here we go.
The Security Council. The prime responsibility of the Security Council is to maintain international peace and security. Member states are obligated to carry out its decisions which are legally binding. Peaceful means and force both can be used by it when there is a threat to peace. The Council has 15 members, including 5 permanent members: China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The other 10 rotating members are elected by the General Assembly for a 2-year term. To pass a resolution in the Security Council, 9 out of the 15 members of the Council must vote yes. But if any of the 5 permanent members vote no, often referred to as a veto, the resolution does not pass. The Secretariat. The Secretariat is made up of an international staff working at UN headquarters in New York.